Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name is Josh Lilquist, and on that last segment, we got into some different techniques and strategies in the markets on value investing, being able to take your profits when they are presented. But the theme of that last segment was how to prepare for any market condition. We talked a little bit about a down market, but also get into a bull market strategy, which means an up market strategy. Could this market continue to soar like it has for the past couple months, I believe, if I'm looking at a chart here, S&P 500 from the lows of really 6 months here, 8 months here, October of 2022, markets have surged as of today, about 28%. So will they continue to go up? We're still not out of the woods yet. We're still not at near all-time highs yet with the major market, the indexes. Some stocks like Apple are at all-time highs. Meta's doing really good right now as well. So it's having those strategies for a good buy, when to buy these stocks or ETFs or whatever that you're investing in, and having a great value. If you missed tickets to the investing class that we do here locally, just text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats. When you do that, you're going to get a text right back. It will say, "Welcome to Investing and Trading Live." There's one more step. There's a link in there. You got to click the link, and you can do all this from your mobile device. That's your cell phone or your telephone is what a lot of people call it. And you can click that link, and it'll bring you right to the landing page so you can pick your own date. We have these classes during the week, also on the weekends. And we've been having a lot of people coming into these classes during the week because they want to be here when the market's open. They want to see some different market action. So come definitely on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday to these classes. These classes are nice when the market's moving because you can actually see what's happening. So just text investing to the number 210 right now for 2 seats. So I want to get into that bull market strategy again, Al. We kind of ended the last segment about that value investing, being able to buy stocks when they're cheap, but be able to prepare for taking profits when it's presented. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people that are coming into these investing classes where they are retirement focused. They have a retirement in their future. They have it in their sights, and they're either in two positions. One, they have enough and they want to be able to retire within the next 2 to 5 years. And all they want to do is protect it, but continue to grow that a little bit to leave a legacy for the family. We're also seeing another spectrum coming in. That other spectrum is they have some retirements, but they just don't have enough. And they know that. And what I've been hearing, they've been telling me, they've been conditioning themselves to say, "I'm going to work forever because I want to." Well, let's be real. Nobody wants to do that. It's because they're being conditioned to think that they have to because they just don't have enough to live off of. Because it takes, really think about it, hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on your age, millions of dollars depending on your age, to live a retirement that you want to have more fun in. And that's one of those things, you got to have some fun during that retirement time as well. So that being said, with that retirement focus, how are you helping people prepare for a bull market, or say this market continues to go up? It's up 28% roughly in the S&P 500. How to be able to not say, "Oh, it's too late to get in now."
Well, I think you have to remember that the bull markets are probably the greatest wealth creating situation that we've ever had. The markets are really designed to give everybody an opportunity to improve their life, to have more freedom, more comfort in their financial life. In a bull market, you need to be able to take advantage of it. One of the problems, though, is that a lot of people went through maybe a year or two where they saw their portfolios go down. They might even have gotten out of the market and got discouraged and didn't get back in again. It's not too late, by the way, even though we've had this move up. Remember, if you go back 2 years, the Dow and the NASDAQ are still down from where they were 2 years ago. But we've had a nice move up. So don't let what's happened in the past discourage you or really influence what you do. Just look at what the opportunities are going forward. If we continue in a bull market, if the market is trending up, we don't want to trade against the trend. We want to take advantage of it, but nothing goes up in a straight line. There's always going to be a little bit of a pullback, a better opportunity to get into something that gives you a increased odds, the ability to increase the probabilities of a position working in your favor.
So
and then also being able to identify whether there's enough profit there. When we talk about profit, most people, if you're just following what Wall Street tells you to do, they basically ignore profits and just tell you to hold on for years. And they
Hmm.
also ignore the downside. Don't worry about it. The market always comes back. Well, the market's coming back now, but it's still down from 2 years ago.
Yep.
So there's a time factor there, and you don't want to waste that time.
Yep.
But these bull markets, you have to be able to take advantage of them if you really want your portfolios and your financial life to be secure and attractive to you.
Yeah, and that being said, let's look at a couple stocks and just kind of give some examples of what that actually looks like. Say, for example, Apple. Okay, Apple is at roughly about $190 per share, depending on when you're listening to
Right.
the show. Here, we got a lot of, thousands of listeners all across the world, and they might be listening to the show here in 2 weeks, but who knows? But currently, it's at 190 per share. Now, and it's right at all-time highs. The
Correct.
all-time high is 193.70, 193.93 roughly, right around there. So rather than just buying the stock at an all-time high and hoping it goes up, we talked about in the first segment supply and demand.
Yep.
Why not search for a demand zone where price has an odds and probabilities in your favor to go up from there, which means you're buying lower. So, for example, maybe right around the 175, 176 area where it's $15 cheaper, right? And that's what it's all about. So that's just looking at Apple. And by the way, this is not a buy or sell recommendation. This is just looking at a chart and saying, here's what could look better, right? And it's a smarter decision being able to buy stock at a discount. Let's look at another one we mentioned in the first segment, Salesforce. That surged on Tuesday and Wednesday. And this one here, it's roughly off about, let's say right about 30% from its highs. So is this a buying opportunity? Well, it's been up a little bit here on the year, about 70%. So has the move already happened? And could this continue to go down like it has been? That's why when Al's been talking about supply and demand earlier on that first segment is being able to find an area, and that's what we talk about in these investing classes, Al, is finding areas to buy these stocks at a discount. But there's another way to do that. There's a strategy with options.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to buy stock at a discount. And that's what we're seeing so many people come to these investing classes to want to be able to learn. Just real quick, explain what it means to use options in about a minute to buy stock at a discount.
Okay. Options, that's a contract you trade on something. A stock, for example. If you want to trade options on NVIDIA or Apple, you can do that. You can benefit in the movement of the price without actually owning the stock. And you can also use options to bring cash into your account to wait until the price goes lower, so you actually buy it at a lower price, plus you get to keep that cash. And the opposite is true if you want to sell something. You can get paid cash using an option to wait until the price goes up higher so you can sell at a higher price. You basically get paid to wait. But for a lot of people, investing in something that's $190 a share, or NVIDIA, over $400 a share, if you want to have a full position, that may be $40,000 that in one position. You could maybe have the control over that 100 shares of stock, of NVIDIA stock or Apple stock, for maybe less than $1,000, maybe 400, 500, 800, depending on the option that you use. But the point is, you can participate in something with a much lower upfront cost and also much reduced risk.
I like
it's a
that.
great combination.
And
Greater
that's the key, is
returns, less
minimizing
risk.
that risk, especially in your retirement accounts. And a lot of our listeners are probably listening and saying to themselves, "Well, why can you do that?" Well, it's because you can. It's the market, and it's strategies to do that. And unfortunately, most people, we'll call it civilians, don't even know this exists.
Yeah, we don't care why. Just learn how to take advantage of it, how to
Exactly.
use those leverage assets.
It's funny, as kids, when kids are always, you have kids growing up and you tell them to do something, they always say, why?
Mhm.
And they have to go, this is how you do this way. Well, why? Well, that's that way. Why? And we tell, because I said so, right? Well, don't worry about why things happen, especially in the markets, but we're conditioned to kind of do that from a young age.
Yeah.
Just it's because you can. There's strategies to do that, And that's why we have these investing classes, so we can introduce you to that, introduce you to these strategies that a lot of people don't even know about. The institutions are always consistently profitable. These are the strategies that they're using. We have the ability to use these same strategies. You just have to be taught. It's just a skill. It's a learned skill that I feel most people can learn, but you got to have certain things, and that's what we talk about in these investing classes. What are you going to need to be able to have the opportunity to learn these skills and techniques? So come to one of these classes just by texting the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats and an insider's kit that will help you get started right away. Text investing to the number 210. Coming up next, I want to talk more about the value investing, different strategies as Al was getting into in that 1 minute time frame I gave him to buy stock at a discount, but also to have income strategies with a smaller account using leverage. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live.